Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blayde again from KENWOOD Security, and we've got a brand new head unit here from KENWOOD, the DMX5023DABS. So the DMX5023, this is a new and improved version of KENWOOD's old model, the DMX5020DABS. Now we have already done a review on that unit a few years ago, that'll be in the description below, but this is the updated version. So essentially the main changes on this are going to be the unit is a singled-in chassis rather than a doubled-in shadow chassis. It still makes it a doubled-in unit, so you can still fit it into any doubled-in location. This also has a better resolution screen. It's a WS-VGA screen rather than a WVGA screen from the older model. Essentially that just means there's a few more pixels and a brighter display. Still capacitive and still a really good unit. Okay, so to give you a quick rundown on the specifications of this unit, you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wired only connection for CarPlay and Android Auto. This has also got DAB radio, Bluetooth streaming, hands-free calls, a capacitive screen, rear camera integration. It's got USB mirroring for iPhone and Android, and it's got 3 pre-outs, front, rear, and subwoofer at 2.5 volts. So let's get the unit opened up. We'll show you the contents. We'll go from there. Right, so we've got the contents of the box laid out on the table here. So let's go through it quickly. First of all, you've got an instruction booklet, well, multiple actually. Now, like most of the KENWOOD head units, you'll have them in multiple languages and you also get the warranty card. Obviously, if you do get stuck or you're not sure on how something would work, it's going to be in the information booklet in my hand. So make sure you read through those. Next up is the trim. So this is the trim that sits around the outside of the stereo and basically finishes everything off. You may not need to use this, it's very dependent on the fascia that you'll be using for your vehicle, but basically that clips in using the cage supplied. Talking of the cage, these are the removal keys to take the cage off of the stereo. Slightly different design than normal, so it's a 2-prong design rather than a single prong, but they slide down the side of the stereo so you can take it out of the vehicle. Next is your main wiring loom. Now this is very important. Without this, the stereo is not going to work. So this end is what plugs into the back of the stereo, and then this is your ISO end. This is your universal plug to go into your adapter for your vehicle, or if you do have an older vehicle, this will plug straight in. They do have a few fly wires, including a parking brake wire. That is to attach to your handbrakes so that you can't watch like YouTube or Netflix whilst you're driving. Talking of that as well, they do give you an extension for that wire. So you have a bullet on one side which attaches to the harness, and then you can extend that to your handbrake. Next, you have your GPS antenna. Now, this is something new for a wired CarPlay unit to have GPS, but this is a GPS antenna nonetheless. Plugs into the back of the unit. Does also have a little screw which locks it in, which is a bit different. And then you also get the pads to be able to stick it to your dash or top of the unit, wherever you need to put it. Now, because this is a singled-in chassis unit, you should be able to mount this on top of the unit using the supplied pad and get very good GPS signal. Next up is your cage. Now, as you can see, this is a doubled-in cage. Although this is a singled-in chassis unit, they will still give you a doubled-in cage so you can fit it into a doubled-in location. Now, again, you may not need to use this depending on what fascia kit you're using, but they supply it with the kit, so if you need to use it, it's there. And then you have the unit itself. Right, now to quickly go over the main features of the unit, physical features on the front and the back. Down the side, we've got our normal connections, or basically our buttons. They are touch buttons, so there's no haptic feedback, no physical buttons on this unit, but you do have your home, menu, voice command or voice control, volume up and down, and then you have a little reset button down the bottom. Now, something eagle-eyed viewers might have spotted or missed out of the contents of the box is there's no microphone, which I'm a little bit dubious about, I'll be honest, but this has a built-in microphone in the face of the unit. We might try this and we'll see what the microphone's going to be like. If it's good, then happy days. That saves a lot of hassle trying to wire in a microphone up into your headlining or something like that. It's a 6.8-inch capacitive screen, so 6.8 from diagonal to diagonal, and it is obviously fully touchscreen. As I've said, it's WSVGA, so you've got plenty of pixels. There's going to be a nice bright display, and being capacitive, it is very touch responsive and nice and fast to your touches. Now to the back of the unit, as you can see, you've got a few wires hanging out the back. You've got a USB extension, so this is where you plug your phone in to do Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Obviously bear in mind this is only wired CarPlay or Android Auto. This is not a wireless unit. So the next connection you've got is labeled GPS antenna. So you've got a little cap on the end here. That's where your GPS antenna, which we looked at earlier, that's going to be plugged in there, and you've got the little hole for the screw to go in. You can tighten that down and that's not going to get unplugged. Next to that, you've got the tube for your FM and AM aerial to go into. So again, you may need an adapter for this for your vehicle to plug in and then connect to the right connection in the vehicle. But again, if you do have an older car, it may just plug straight in. Now for the rest of the back of the unit, as you can probably see, it does still look like a doubled-in unit. It is a doubled-in size after all, but this here is actually empty. There's nothing in here. So they supply it with this kind of cage or frame around it. You can unscrew this and have it empty. When you're fitting it, you can tuck your wires behind there or whatever you need to do. It just makes installation a lot easier and just more user-friendly. The rest of the connections, you've got your DAB connection. So this is a DAB radio unit. You will need to buy an aerial for that or an adapter for your vehicle if you do already have DAB radio. You've got your RCA pre-outs, so you've got front, rear, and a single subwoofer output. You've also got your video output, so you can send a video to a rear screen if you want to. And you've got your camera input, so you can add on a reversing camera to this unit. You've got the heatsink in the middle. This connection here, which is labeled rear mic, is actually an input for a wired microphone. So if you do want to purchase a separate wired microphone, if you've got a large cabin vehicle that's very echoey, for instance, you would prefer a microphone closer to you, you can purchase a microphone, it'll plug in there and you wire it up like normal. Lastly, you've got your main input plug with your little 15 amp fuse next to it. So that's where your main wiring harness will plug into. That goes in there, Bob's your uncle. So we've got a car in the workshop at the moment. It's actually having one of these fitted. So let's go and have a look at it. We can actually go through the user interface and everything and show you how it all works. So let's get downstairs. Yep, that's right. It's in the EP3. Let's jump in. So we've got the head unit installed. Let's turn it all on. Now, before I go ahead, yes, there is a camera right here. It's a pretty small interior car, so we've just got another angle so you guys can actually see here. So don't mind the camera next to me. Right, let's turn it all on. So first thing you'll see is you're getting a white illumination of buttons. Now this is not changeable. The key illumination is fixed. It's a standard white finish. Your boot up screen will always be a Kenwood logo. Now also let's get rid of this little film here. Oh, sounds fine. Now the warning logo will always come up. It's just because it's a multimedia screen. So this is something that you'll have to just either agree, or you can tick this little box here and that will automatically remove the message after 10 seconds. If you're familiar with Kenwood multimedia units, this is a standard across the board. Straight out the bat, you've got everything you really need to access ready for you. You've got your digital radio, your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and your telephone. Obviously, if you've paired your phone up already, you'll have your telephone, you'll have all your contacts on there. But then if you're plugging your phone in for CarPlay or Android Auto, that will also show you a contact. Okay, so just to show you, for you iPhone users, we're going to show you the CarPlay working. Connect up your USB cable, plug your phone in, wait for it to connect, and there you are. Apple CarPlay, as normal, go through all your apps, go into your maps, go into your messages, whatever you need to do, it's all ready and waiting for you. Let's plug my phone in. I've got an Android phone. Let's plug it in. There you go, straight away onto Google Maps. It's a very, very fast Android Auto / CarPlay connection. That's the first thing I noticed with this unit. As soon as you plug it in, it comes up straight away, starts playing your music, and away you go. So you can obviously do your split screen, you have your music, locations for where you're going on your maps, and you can go into Waze, you can go into your phone book, whatever you need to do. If you press the home button, that will take you back home. And then let's say we wanted to listen to DAB radio, We haven't got an aerial connected up at the moment, but if you press search, it will give you a drop-down list of all of your stations, and then you can preset that into this section over here. So you can have, I believe it's 15 presets. Yeah, 15 presets that you can have of all your different stations. Now, if you prefer to listen to FM or AM radio, you press your source button and then tap on radio. And it's the same thing. You scroll through, find your station, and you can preset it over here with the same 15. Sorry, you get 24 presets with FM and AM. Now, another good feature with Kenwood, you have a quick menu. So if you tap on the menu button, you have a quick drop down menu, so you can quickly get to your camera or to your settings, or if you want to go to audio settings very quickly, or if you want to go to your recent source, you can go back to that using that menu. Now, talking of audio settings, you've got loads of audio adjustment you can do with this. So you've got a crossover network that you can adjust front, rear, and subwoofer. You've got a 13-band graphic EQ. And you've also got your subwoofer level adjustment, and you've also got preset EQs and 3 user customizable EQs you can set. You've got your sound effects, so you've got bass boost, loudness, and built-in amp, so you can turn that on or off. Fader and balance, position and DTA, which is essentially time alignment, so you can adjust that through there. So if you've got an audio system in the vehicle and you're looking to upgrade the unit, this is definitely a good unit to go for. Hasn't quite got as many settings as the 8021, for instance, but that's a much more expensive unit. So you've got the 2.5 volt pre-outs for your front, rear, and subwoofer. So if you're looking to have a good audio system in your vehicle, it's definitely a good shout. Now, you've also got the voice button here, which if you tap that, that will go back to your Android Auto, and then it will activate Siri or Google. So it's doing Google.
Sorry, I can't open websites on this device.
There you go. So that's definitely working. So to give you an actual example of how good the built-in microphone is in this unit, let's call Jason the cameraman. So, hey Google, call Jason LaRosa.
Okay, calling Jason LaRosa CAS.
Hello, Blayde.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sounds awesome. What is this?
Yeah, this is from that new Kenwood unit.
Oh, mate, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, loud and clear?
Yeah.
Cool.
Loud and clear.
Thumbs
How's
up.
it in there?
Yeah, loud and clear for you, mate. All good.
Cool.
All right, thanks a lot.
Oh, okay, so you didn't get any food for me?
No, no food.
Okay, cheers. Bye.
Bye. Okay, now to demonstrate the screen mirroring, you do have to plug it in for this, and you do have to download an app. So just to show you, the app is called Mirror App Plus. So download the app, Mirror App Plus, plug your phone in, open up the app, put the unit into USB mirroring, and then hit the screen mirror icon, and then start broadcast. So you will have to calibrate the phone to allow the touchscreen on this to work as your phone, but we haven't got time to do that today, so we're gonna go home. And there we go. So if we go on to YouTube and just click on, let's go Cast TV. Open up that Gravity video. There we go. As you can see, if I turn the volume up, turn the volume up on the phone, we've got picture and we've got sound. Oh look, it's me. So mirroring works, CarPlay works, Android Auto works. Very, very good unit. Okay guys, so that wraps up the overview video of the brand new Kenwood 5023 DABS. My view on it, very, very nice unit. They've kept the same design as the 5020, obviously it's a reiteration, added a better version of the mirroring, They've added the singled in chassis, a nicer screen. It's a much brighter screen as well. You can tell as soon as you use it. And I really like the fact that they've had the built-in microphone and made it actually work well. So yeah, fantastic unit. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.